gosh. It is 11:52. The first thing on my heart is that I am so proud that despite me being so tired, I could fall over right now. I am sitting here and I told myself, you know what? Even if I fall asleep and my timer doesn't wake me up and I don't say something profound and I don't say something perfect, as long as I show up and as long as I record this video, no matter what it is, no matter what I say, no matter what energy I have, I showed up. These videos are so exciting to me and addicting because I genuinely have no idea what I'm gonna say. Not even an inkling, not even the smallest inkling. My friend Ian asked me on Twitter today, do you go into the meditation with a prompt of what you're going to say? And genuinely no. It is so fun for me to sit here, go into my mind, explore all the different doors of my mind mansion, skip through the hallways, pick up a little smoothie, get on my little bicycle to go around through the halls, put paint on the walls, run into my friends, dance a little bit, and do a boot, scoot, and boogie, put on some music, find an old grand piano and put my finger down the keys. That's exciting to me. That's what this video is for me. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna show up, but I trust myself to do it. If I went into these videos with an agenda or a prompt, I wouldn't make them. That's why I have not made content, why I have not made videos for years and years, even though I had friends and everyone in my life telling me, Elle, you should be an influencer, you should make videos, you should just record yourself talking and put it up there. No, because there's no way. I would have just buckled under the pressure of perfection that I put on myself. This style video, and by this style I mean the easiest possible video that I could make. If you have ever sat and wondered, like, man, I'm a creative person, I have something to say, I have a point of view, but making content or making videos of myself, that doesn't feel right, that doesn't sound like me. I challenge you to think about it a different way. Where I was getting stuck, what was keeping me absolutely paralyzed of never putting a video of my face on camera is because I was looking at content through the lens of good and bad. You have to eliminate that frame of seeing your creations. When I was seeing things that I was creating and sharing out of the lens of good or bad, I was crippling myself and my expression under that frame. Because then, when you're operating out of a frame of judgment, you are so hard on yourself and you are so hard on what you're creating that you put a tremendous amount of unnatural effort and unnatural energy into the creation that it becomes a chore and it becomes like work. So, for example, I know myself very well, and I know that I would feel so stressed out if I made a daily video that was highly edited and highly produced. Because I know myself. I know I have perfectionist tendencies. And I know that I would sit there on Adobe Premiere Pro and I would move every single little pixel around to make sure it was in the perfect place, and I would obsess over the font and the colors and making sure that every second was just so. And I'd probably spend 10 hours editing a video every single day. And I know that I would be so tired and it would be so unsustainable for me that I wouldn't be able to make it through, because at that point it's not easy, and when it's not easy, it's not fun. I just know myself very well. I used to take photos in college. I studied photojournalism. That was my concentration. I studied journalism, and photo was my love. Photo is what I would run around campus doing. That's where I did the Humans of New York spinoff, and I took photos of a bunch of strangers and would run around and do all these little assignments in the moment. I absolutely love capturing the essence of a person on film, you know, the essence, the soul, the heart of somebody, you know, that little glimmer in their eyes. And I would do these photo story projects where I would be a fly on the wall of someone's life, and I'd live with someone, you know, I'd sleep on the floor of the owner of a float tank center and, you know, watch him climb trees and do ecstatic dance and hug his friends. And I'd watch him dance around his house until 2 a.m, and I'd fall asleep on his floor and wake up 30 minutes before him just to get that natural state of him waking and capture every single moment. It was incredible. That was some of the best work I ever did. But long story short, I was a perfectionist. I would take thousands and thousands of frames of the same photo to get the perfect one. I mean, this is like a, you know, DSLR, a big camera. I had a Nikon D750, a big honk of machine, and I would just do continuous mode, and I just hold down the trigger, and you know, these frames are like milliseconds apart. It's what sports photographers at like football games use to capture fast motion. And I would take all of these different shots and have a tremendous amount of photos to go through. And a lot of that came to my perfectionist tendencies, and because, to be honest with you, I didn't fully trust my abilities to get the shot. I overshot because I was nervous and anxious that I wanted to get it right. You know, I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted it to be perfect. You know, I knew I couldn't get that moment back. I couldn't recreate it, so I had to get it right. I've always just put a tremendous amount of pressure on myself to get it perfect, to get it right. I took these graduation photos when I was in college. I had a bunch of different jobs when I was in college. I was an RA, I worked at the dean's office, I was an orientation leader for a summer. I did graduation photos. I just post in a Facebook group and be like, it's $150 for graduation photos. And that was just, for some reason, so much money to me. And I had such a high desire to get it right. I wanted so badly to get it right for people. And because, you know, I was charging $150. That was a lot of money to me back then. And I would take 700 photos of someone on their graduation session, and then I'd go back to my dorm and I'd edit almost every single one. I would deliver like probably over 200 to 300 photos that were edited. I'm talking like color corrected shadows. I'd even like take away some pimples. I mean, it would take me an incredible amount of time to edit these photos, but I cared so much about my work. I cared so much about, like, you know, if I'm gonna produce something and I'm gonna give somebody the value that they paid for, I'm going to break my back and edit these photos for longer than it took me to shoot these photos, because I really want to make sure that they have at least one photo that they absolutely love. And what if this person likes their face like this and not this or this or this? And I was just constantly, there's just this overwhelming desire, almost like this became like an anxiety to get it right, to not mess it up, to not be perfect, or to be perfect, But these videos, the only reason I'm able to do them is because they're the easiest possible thing that I can do. Before I started doing these, I sat with myself and I said, Elle, you spent a lot of time in your inner world. You spent a lot of time in your head, and you know yourself very well. And you know that you need to wear the same thing in every single video because you are going to stress out about what you wear. And you're going to be worried if you're sitting down, right? And the thing about my body type is that I have very weird proportions. I'll just give you a little information. My proportions are 41 inches, 28 inches, 41. I have very weird proportions, and it's like I look a lot bigger than I actually am on video. And unless you get like my full body in tighter clothing, my body, I just look big. I look a lot bigger than I actually am because, I got some assets in the portfolio. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I just know myself, and I know that I stress out about looking bigger than I actually am in photos and video. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to control that by not having to think at all about what I wear in these. That's why I'm going to wear this beautiful robe that I found out from my mom is from Costco. Shout out Costco, where they keep the costs low. Always coming through for us. The robe, that $1.50 hot dog, where the founder said, if you raise the price of the hot dog, I'll effing kill you. Wow. Talk about passion. Okay, we love to see dedication to the craft. Okay. But I knew myself, and I knew the overwhelming anxiety on just like the choice of what to wear would have gotten into my head like a little bug, like a little gnat flying in my ear, and it would have stopped me. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the location. I knew that for these, it's going to be the same thing every time. I operate very well in controlled environments. This is my perfectionist tendencies, right? But I know myself well, and I play to my own strengths, and I play to my own acceptance of self. I love myself, and I understand what conditions I need to thrive and to freely express. And if I can control that I wear this robe every time, if I can control that the frame of these videos looks the same every single time, you see this pink lamp, you see my little white background and my bed, if I can control the things that would stress me out and then allow myself to just sit here on the floor in my robe, hit the timer when the 30-minute goes off and let it rip, and not have any judgment on myself about what I'm saying, not overthink it at all, that is the easiest possible version of a piece of content for me. And that is the only reason that I'm able to do it. And I can genuinely say right here on day 6 that doing this 6 days in a row has already transformed my relationship with myself. and how confident I feel expressing my vulnerability. Like, I genuinely feel like I have gone through 50 shades of Elle. Sometimes the sexual shades have even gotten a moment. If you saw that one video where I had a little moment, but I've sobbed in this series. I've laughed at myself a little bit too much, but I'm kind of funny. I have been a little feral. I have dropped business advice. I have therapized myself. Very interesting. I've had massive insights and shifts. I have been through every shade. And this is only, this is day 6. As I'm sitting here right now and it's past midnight, before I recorded this video, when I was in here, I was thinking to myself, the fact that I showed up and am recording this today is amazing. Like, even though I'm so tired that I could fall over, and the only thing I want to do right now is to be cuddled by a very large man with big arms that have like the veins, and we can give each other back massages, and I can do that little thing. You know what I really like to do? Have you ever like been with somebody who like gives you a kiss attack and they'll just be like, I'm just gonna do it to myself, okay? They'll just be like, I love to do that. I just want to do that with a big man with muscular, veiny arms who holds me like a little delicate flower and goes and gets me some hot chocolate and maybe some soup. But enough about that, sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm manifesting. It's only a matter of time until my big strong man with veiny arms comes with soup and hot chocolate and that little kiss thing I just did to my own self. I'm creating the conditions for my freedom and my peace. Yes. So anyway, I'm doing this in the most natural way that I know how. And I really encourage you, if you've ever thought about expressing yourself online and you've held yourself back, what I would tell myself before I decided to do this series is sit and reflect about how to make your creative expression the easiest possible thing you can do. The most natural thing you can do. Eliminate all of the areas of resistance. For me, that's thinking about what I have to wear. That's worrying about my angles. That's worrying about my environment. That's worrying about what I'm going to say and having full acceptance that whatever I say is perfect, right? Because I meditate, you watch me wake up and just let it rip. And we all understand that I could say absolutely anything in any shade. That's liberating for me. This is legitimately the only piece of content I think I could make, that I would feel so excited to make. And it be after midnight and I get off the phone with Danny and Talia after hours of talking to them and, delivering truth bombs to each other in the way that we always do. But yet I still get off that phone call and I immediately say, I'm not going to miss a day of this. I can't miss a day of this because I love this so much. And this has become like a routine that's sacred for me, even though I'm so tired and went off on that tangent about the beefy man. And I don't even know if I'm stringing sentences together coherently right now. And I'm honestly looking at the clock in shock that this has been going for 20 minutes. I legitimately thought I was talking for 2 minutes. I went into this video I'm not kidding. I went into this video saying this video is going to be 1 minute 30 seconds long because I have nothing to say. When I was in here, that's what I was telling myself. Well, look who found something to say. This is why I do this. This is why I do this challenge, because I surprise and delight myself. It is so freaking exciting for me to show up in this way and to hit record and to not have any clue what's going to come out of this mouth, truly. And I'll just drop some like wisdom in there. And I'm channeling from this place that just does not even feel like it's in my own mind. I'm not picking my words. I'm not consciously thinking. I'm just letting the great gestures vaguely at everything take over and speak to you. So, gosh, I really wish I started doing this sooner. And I just feel really compelled to tell you, if you're out there and you are a creative person and you've been dilly-dallying on, making something and sharing it, or, oh, what will people think? Or will I be able to do it? Or just, pick an area, pick something that's so easy, something that feels like an extension of you, something that you would be doing with or without the fact that you're sharing it. If I didn't record these videos and share them online, I would still be sitting here on my floor for 30 minutes every day and meditating. That's why this is so easy. Reflect on what would make creating really, really, really easy for you. What would be the easiest form of creation that you can do? Create it and then let it rip. I really wish I started doing this sooner. I wish I did this years ago, because I really don't see there coming a day, even past 2024, where I don't sit on the floor and meditate and speak to myself like this, because it's so exciting. This is like a little diary entry that people get value out of. That's the most exciting part. I mean, I'm creating this for me and I'm just sharing it and people are really liking it and it's really exciting. So I don't know. I want you to, if you're on the verge of creation, I want to take your hand and pull you just that little inch that you need to do a little hopscotch jump. You're just one hopscotch jump away from sharing or creating. Pick something, make it really, really easy for you, and make a daily commitment towards it. A daily commitment doesn't even have to be doing it every day, but just put a time block, put one step forward in the direction of that creation, build that self-trust through consistency, and put it out there. I really wish I started doing this sooner. There have been the most incredible reactions and people reaching out to me and people having the most thoughtful things to say and saying, oh my gosh, you shifted my perspective on putting people on pedestals, and I've never seen somebody be this vulnerable on camera, and this inspired me to, reach out to people from my past I haven't talked to in a long time, or this was a really great reframe on not caring what people from high school or middle school think, or you helped me understand feminine energy or masculine energy more. I've just gotten the most incredible comments. And I wish I started doing this sooner. I'm really happy that I'm doing this now. I'm so happy that I'm doing this now. And it's all in perfect timing, truly. I'm ready to do it now, and that's why I'm doing it. But if you're wondering, if you're looking for a sign, if you've been waiting to create or put yourself out there in some way, or to push past a comfort zone, this is your sign. Take the step forward. It's so exciting on the other side. Come join us on the other side of putting yourself out there. It's so fun. Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me. Day 6. I can't wait for tomorrow, because we're going to find out what happens tomorrow and what I have to say and what I'm thinking. Gosh, this is so fun. Thank you for being here with me. If you watch all of these, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I love you so much. Seriously. I will never forget the people who are on this journey with me from, day one. My day one meditation heads. Or whatever. My lovies. I just call you my lovies. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'd love to know, if there is something that you've been wanting to create or put out there regularly or consistently, and you want to share that with me, please do. I would love to hear it. Okay. I hope you have a most amazing night. I hope this video made sense because I seriously think I'm like half asleep right now. I love you so much. Trust yourself and take the little step forward into the wonderful world of creation. Yay! All right. See you later. Mwah!